Welcome to Tantrum House. Today we have a treat for you.
Yeah, we're going to be reviewing a board game.
Does that count as a treat?
Well, it's not a trick.
Good point. Today's game is all about collecting mysterious and ominous artifacts that have been stored in the arcane Warehouse 51.
Come check out the warehouse with us in our Terrible 2
Minute Review. Warehouse 51 is a 3 to 5 player card game from Passport Game Studios.
At the beginning of the game, each player takes a character board. This board has a funny character on it, but it also tells you the value of everything at the end of the game.
In the center of the table are 4 boxes of crates that we, the players, will be bidding on throughout the course of the game.
The point of the game is to collect the most valuable collection of artifacts by the time the last crate is opened.
Some of the artifacts will give you one-time special privileges, some will give you privileges throughout the rest of the game, some will change the bidding mechanism, and some will be forgeries.
The first player selects a stack of crates and then pulls the first card from that stack, and that's the card that's going to be bid on first. Then the player to his left begins the bidding with his stack of gold bars, and the bidding continues until somebody wins the crate, and then they get to select the next card that's going to be bid on.
The game is really simple and straightforward, but it's got some pretty cool mechanics going on, so let's talk about those.
Okay, so first off, there's the scoring. Players score points by having the best set of cards of each color, by having one card of each color, or by having a whole bunch of gold bars. But as they go along, they might think they have a great collection of cards, only to find out that some of them are forgeries, because at the beginning of the game, at least one card is dealt out that's going to be a forgery for each player that's in the game. And these cards are placed on either side of each player, and the player has access to the cards that are on either side of them, but not access to the cards that are elsewhere in the game. So he knows these are forgeries, but not what those might be. So at the end of the game, he finds out what those are. And then, as you play the game, you start out with 10 gold bars, but you earn more when the person on your right wins a bid. So each person, as he bids, pays coins to the person on their left, the gold bars, excuse me, and then he's earning points as the other guy's losing it. It doesn't really make sense thematically, but it makes some interesting stuff go on in the game.
Speaking of thematics, I do think that this game is pretty cleverly thought out. The basic storyline is that the government has run out of money, and in an attempt to cover its debts, it's invited some of the world's wealthiest, philanthropists or whatever to come and bid on its treasures. So you've got people like Zark Muckerberg and Al Falcone, and they're here to bid on treasures like Thor's hammer and the Holy Grail and the Philosopher's Stone. I mean, there's just tons of pop culture reference built into the game, which makes it a lot of fun. I like the cards. The art is pretty decent on everything. I like that the crates are stacked up, which is excellent. You flip those over. It feels like you're walking into the end of an Indiana Jones movie.
But unlike the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, this is the kind of experience you'd actually want to repeat. You see, there's going to be different cards as forgeries each time you play, so you never know exactly what cards are safe. Also, you're always going to be playing with a different amount of gold bars based on who you're bidding against and whether the person to the right of you wins. This game is very easy and quick, and it comes in a compact box so you can take it anywhere. I think this is the kind of game you're going to want to play over and over again. Enjoyability.
I agree. It is a very enjoyable experience. It's just a fun game to play. There's a lot of variety to it. Like, we didn't mention this, but there will be some cards that have a blind bid icon on it. So instead of upping the bid as you go around every time, everyone will just put their gold out at the same time and reveal, and whoever has the highest wins. There are a lot of disruptions like that in the game that make it, just an enjoyable experience to play. Tantrum House gives Warehouse 51
51 thumbs up.
That is a lot. Are we giving our highest ranking ever to this game?
Our rankings don't mean anything.
Shh.
What's the tapping?
I heard it earlier. I did hear it. Continuity time, and they'll reveal it. So those kind of disruptances add to the game, and they make it a pretty cool thing to play. 51 thumbs up.
I don't know what I'm doing.
51.